And as promised, I am going to be queuing up the interview in just a few moments with Dan Sindel. Again, you are listening to WRKC 88.5 FM at King's College.
We're recovering from cancer. Obviously, when you first played guitar, you had your own method and your own technique. Were you able to gradually get that same technique back as you recover from the cancer, or were you able to kind of have like a newer style develop based upon that?
No, definitely not a newer style, like a workaround to alleviate pain or whatever. I didn't have to circumvent or try and reinvent myself, physically, but it took a long time to rehabilitate my hands.
Yep.
At first, I couldn't even touch the fretboard without just screaming in pain. Oh my God!
Yep.
But I just had to fight through every freaking level of pain through 7 levels of purgatory just to get to do the 1, 2, 3, 4 type of exercise where, so I'm still working on it. My stamina is not the way it used to be. Playing power chords are a little bit of a challenge every so often. But, it's interesting, though, when I go out and play with some friends or sit in at a club and do a little performance, all of that just goes away. It's like a magical cure. Like my DNA is just rearranged and my body is healed through the power of music, and I feel no pain. It just makes me feel as strong as Superman while I'm doing it. It's really crazy and cool.
Now, since the cancer, have you been on a special diet or an inflammatory diet to keep that at bay and help keep you in top shape?
Not so much anymore. Back then, it was kind of life or death, living by my juicer and drinking vegetable juice 3 times a day.
Yep.
But, I'm still just trying to be healthy and eat smart. Yeah. They said after 5 years, and I'm 10 years out now, that I wouldn't have to worry about it coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't really think about it too much anymore, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to move forward and live my life and do what I can with what I have.
Very good.
Which is why I'm doing music again with the level of intensity that I'm doing it. I don't feel like, you just never know about how much time you have on the clock.
Mm-hmm. And
I have just such a deep archive of songs that I've written and demoed over the years on my computer. And through COVID, I just said, I got to do something about this. Number one, I'm bored, locked in my room. This is horrible. So why not make the best of it? So I decided to get a short list of some of the favorite songs that I sort of put together and see about hiring some real drummers and turning them into as close as a professional recording effort as I possibly can with my limited budget. And so I'm moving forward. I have 3 releases so far. I have Stepping Stone, Edge of Eternity, and Rule of the World is the newest one at this point in time. I have 2 more on my computer that I'm working on as far as mixing. Then I'll get them mastered, and I should have enough material to get out an EP. I'm going to have to start researching that.
And is that the forthcoming, which is going to be the Unpopular Music for Popular People, Volume 1?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So I'm hopeful if things go correctly. I'm hoping by mid-year, maybe by July, August, somewhere in that pocket, I'll have the music prepared and all mastered and have it sent to a manufacturer and print up some vinyl. That's a dream come true. Then I have to figure out how to get the thing distributed. But, one thing at a time.
Now, you mentioned working with that studio drummer who's worked with a lot of other bands throughout the years. As far as the rest of the instrumentation, is that all you?
Yes. Yeah. I play all the bass lines. I do all the guitar. I've been doing all the singing. I'm just hiring drummers.
Now, as far as the guitar as far as the guitar and the bass stuff, do you use direct amps, or are you familiar, or have you used anything as far as what's called the amp synth technology?
Oh yeah, well, it's a little bit of both. I mean, now just to keep things quiet without creating too much noise, I've been recording direct. I have a Kemper.
Mm-hmm.
You familiar with Kemper?
I think so, yes. Is that like an amp synth kind of a setup?
Yeah, like amp modeling technology.
Yep.
You know, you have your Line 6 boxes, you've got the Kempers, there's a few others out there. Mm-hmm. They have like hundreds and hundreds of amp models built in, and you just scroll through the dial until you find the sound of a Marshall or a Fender or whatever amp you're looking for. You got one that sounds good, and you just go for it. Yeah, and then also in the software itself within Pro Tools, you can have these plugins for amp sims. Sure.
And then as far as the bass stuff, do you use that same technology to rig up and to dial up a certain bass sound too?
Yeah, I've been using the Kemper. I bought a few professional rig packs where, you know, the guys that are at the top of the game as far as sound quality and engineering go, you know, they profile amps. That's what's pretty amazing about this Kemper. Mm-hmm. You can take any real amp, like a vintage Marshall or a vintage Fender or whatever, and hook a microphone up to it, and then you run that mic through the Kemper, and the Kemper with, like, artificial intelligence and sonar technology sends out pulses through the mic to the speakers, and it somehow captures every physical characteristic of that amplifier and the room that it's in.
Wow.
So you're getting the reverb ambience, you're getting the actual tone of the amp, and then so they say you can put your amp back in the closet and go out and tour and now have the sound of that amp.
Yeah.
And yeah, so sure, I've been dialing up all kinds of really awesome Ampeg SVT amplifiers and Galen Kruger. You just spin the dial and now you've got someone else's amp. Really crazy. Hey everybody, this is Dan Sindel, and you're listening to Bob's Metal Show on WRKC 88.5, Wilkes Barre.
I'm ready Frustration.